How's it going, everyone, and welcome back to your favorite aviation channel. Today you join me here at Chicago O'Hare Terminal 2, where I'll be flying Delta Airlines to Albany, New York with a stopover in Atlanta. This video will cover the first leg of the journey on board Delta Flight 1792 down to Atlanta, operated by the Boeing 757-200. Delta began flying 757s to Chicago last month from both Atlanta and Salt Lake City. It's very exciting news as it marks the first time in over 6 years that Delta is operating regular 757 service to Chicago. Even though O'Hare is my home airport, this is actually my first time ever flying out of Terminal 2. My initial impressions of this terminal were that it's very similar to the old LaGuardia Airport terminal, especially with those low ceilings. Aside from that, Terminal 2 is probably the best terminal at O'Hare when it comes to the overall passenger experience. Compared to the other terminals, Terminal 2 is not very busy, and therefore you don't usually encounter super long lines at check-in or security. In fact, it took me no more than 5 minutes to both get checked in and clear the security checkpoint, which is a new personal record for me here in Chicago. Terminal 2 is currently served by 3 airlines and is divided up into 2 concourses. Concourse E is home to Air Canada, Delta, and some United Express flights, while Concourse F is entirely used by United Express. My flight departs from gate E14 all the way at the end of Concourse E. Today's aircraft is a true classic. It's one of the few Delta 757-200s left without winglets. For those who don't know, Boeing produced over 1,000 757s and all of them were built without winglets. It was only back in 2009 when 757s began receiving winglets to improve their range and efficiency. These days, most passenger 757s have winglets, while on the flip side, most cargo 757s do not. Regardless, there are still quite a few passenger examples flying nowadays without winglets. Delta currently operates over 100 757s, and as far as I know, only 26 of them don't have winglets, and they will stay that way until they are eventually retired.
It's about to my brother. Sure. Dad, do you want to make this drink? He says no.
Passenger center strap.
Give it a little shake.
Boarding started on time and was overall quite slow due to lots of crowding in the jet bridge. Economy class passengers board starting from the back rows moving towards the front. That's really the only thing with Delta's boarding process that changed with the pandemic, because first class, comfort plus, and priority status passengers all still get to board before economy. Delta Airlines currently operate over 100 757-200s with 5 different cabin configurations across the entire fleet. Our aircraft today is one of the high-density versions, which Delta refers to as the 75D. The 757-200s in this subfleet have 199 seats consisting of 20 in first class, 29 in comfort plus, and 150 seats in economy.
How are you, my friend?
Pretty good. How about yourself?
Doing well, thank you.
This aircraft is nearly 30 years old. However, thanks to recent cabin refurbishments, it looks fairly modern on the inside. My seat for this 90-minute flight down to Atlanta is 31A. These economy class seats are very comfortable with adjustable headrests and nice padding. Each seat features a personal touchscreen entertainment screen that also includes a USB port and headphone jack. Below that you'll find the tray table, which can be adjusted by pulling it towards you. Then below that you will find 2 seat pockets, a large one which is for your personal belongings, and a smaller one which houses the safety card and air sickness bag. There is unfortunately no in-flight magazine, as Delta was one of the first airlines to phase it out during the pandemic. The legroom in economy is perfectly fine even with my bag in front. You will also find power outlets located in between seats, with 2 outlets per every 3 seats. Of course, as expected when flying these days, sanitizing towelettes are handed out upon boarding. Thankfully, my seat was totally clean, so I didn't have to use this wipe to clean it. Above your seat, you will find personal reading lights, air vents, and flight attendant call buttons.
Please pay attention to this important safety message. Thank you for wearing a face mask or covering over both your nose and mouth throughout today's flight, even while sleeping. If you happen to forget, we will gently remind you. Be sure that all carry-on items are securely stowed in an overhead bin, and place smaller items, including handbags, under the seat in front of you. If you lose your electronic device in your seat, please do not adjust your seat and ask a crew member for assistance. Please ensure all.
Additional rafts are located in a ceiling compartment in the forward section of the plane and at the back of the plane. If necessary, the rear 2 window exits have
Doesn't inflate. Be sure to adjust your own mask before helping others. A water evacuation is also unlikely, but just in case, life vests are in a compartment beneath or adjacent to your seat. To use, remove the vest from its container by pulling on the tab and then opening the pouch. Slip the vest over your head, wrap the strap around your waist, and attach it to the buckle in front, and adjust securely around your waist. As you leave the plane, inflate the vest by pulling down on the red tab at the bottom of the vest, or manually inflate it by blowing into the tube at shoulder level. A water-activated light is attached to each vest.
The majority of Delta's mainline fleet, aside from the Boeing 717s, feature in-flight entertainment in economy class. The IFE software on these narrow-body planes is slightly different than the one you'll find on the wide-bodies, however it still features a wide selection of entertainment including movies and live TV. I especially like how detailed the flight information tab is because not only does it show you the aircraft type you're flying on, but also the aircraft tail number. You can even press the aircraft details button to read some specifications of the aircraft you're flying on. The IFE also features an interactive in-flight map which was created by FlightPath 2D, the same company who make the in-flight maps for United Airlines. Some more features of the in-flight entertainment include browsing the food and drink options on your flight, playing video games, and there's even a dedicated section for kids. Overall, an excellent in-flight entertainment system. All of Delta's planes are fitted with in-flight Wi-Fi, which offers free messaging and also internet access for a charge. This flight was pretty short, so I didn't bother using it. Shortly after reaching cruise altitude, the snack and drink service began. I decided not to get a drink on this flight because I had bought this bottle of water in the terminal before boarding. The snack was of two choices, a Cliff Bar or a packet of pretzels, and I decided to go with the Cliff Bar, which was small but very good. I had also purchased an Auntie Anne's pretzel before the flight, which I ate on board as well.
As you just heard from the captain, we can begin our initial descent into Atlanta. We will be experiencing some turbulence as we go in, so flight attendants are going to be doing their final pass-through right now. So any items that you would like to discard, feel free to pass them on over to us. If you happen to have a video monitor that extends from the armrest, that can stay up until...
I really enjoyed flying on this classic 757, but unfortunately it was already time to descend into Atlanta. Our approach would initially take us north of the airport and over the downtown area on downwind. We would then make a 180-degree turn before coming into land on runway 26 right.
Flight Delta app for all of your future travel needs, including checking in for a flight and managing your sky miles account. On behalf of Delta and this Salt Lake City-based crew, we'd like to thank each and every one of you for wearing a mask over your nose and mouth and keeping us all safe. For those of you making connections, we are coming into gate A18. I hope you had a wonderful flight with us today. I know we enjoyed having you on board. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your afternoon.
Welcome to Atlanta, Delta's largest hub and the second busiest airport in the entire world. As we taxi to the gate, let's quickly summarize the experience. Delta has an excellent hard product on their planes with comfortable seats and an excellent in-flight entertainment system. However, I have mixed feelings regarding the soft product. On one hand, the crew on this flight were very attentive and did a great job enforcing the face mask policy. On the other hand, I felt that the snack that Delta offers for domestic flights was quite small. This small Cliff Bar or packet of pretzels was fine for this 90-minute flight, but definitely not sufficient enough in my opinion for the longer 3 to 4 hour long domestic flights. Also, the boarding process in Chicago, while it was organized, was pretty slow and crowded for no apparent reason. Otherwise, the main reason I took this flight was just so I could fly the 757 again, and I was super happy to have flown on one of these classic examples without winglets. Despite being older planes, Delta really loved their 757s, and as of now, they plan to keep them flying for a good while longer.
Let me see if they're here.
Thanks so much for joining me on this awesome flight. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like, comment with anything you would like to share, and subscribe as I have lots of more exciting videos coming. I'll have about 3 hours here in Atlanta before my next flight up to Albany, and the video for that flight should be coming out next week. With that being said, thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time.